Hello. I've been wanting to do these videos for quite a while, and I don't know. It's just a YouTube video, just me talking about random shit. Yeah, it's just me talking about random shit, and just talking about my life, talking about my thoughts. It's kind of a way for me to journal. This is gonna be kind of a way for me to journal. I don't know if I'm gonna release these as like public YouTube videos or if I'm just gonna keep them in my gallery. Cause it could be fun. It's just public YouTube videos. I don't know. Well, yeah, then I guess it could be fun. Why not? Well, then this will be my first YouTube video. Well, I used to have a YouTube channel before, and I would post like, I don't know, my old YouTube channel has gone through lots of phases, but I haven't done it in quite a few years. Sorry if I'm eating nuts. I'm just kind of hungry, but yeah. Basically, so, well, if you're on YouTube, I like to rather keep my life private from the internet, because I know I should stop eating so many nuts. I like to usually keep like as little stuff as possible from me on the internet. Because the internet is like open to everyone, which means everyone can just do whatever they want. And you can get your personal information and stuff like, I don't know, it's a lot of shit. Whatever. I usually try to stay private on the internet. And try to have as little trace as possible, so I'll still give you my real name. My name is Noah, and I'm 17 years old. And I'm thinking that might be I think that might be like all of the information that I will give you. I don't know if I'll give you more. Anyways, basically this is just me journaling. I already said that. These are gonna be just long videos of me just ranting. It's not gonna be any dopamine. It won't fuel your dopamine, whatever. It won't satisfy your dopamine needs. I don't know. It's just, this is a way of therapy for me. And you know what? It seems to be going alright for the moment. Yeah, I don't know. I'm speaking to lots of people still because, like, to be honest, these last few weeks for me have not been the best. They've not been that great. I mean, I'm 17 years old and whatever. I got dumped by my girlfriend of 10 months 2 weeks ago, which kind of affected me. And, well, I've had lots of friends who've helped me through it, and it's going well. I'm getting there, but, I still, have to rant sometimes, and I've been already bugging some of my friends with it, and I kind of feel bad, so I'm like, might as well rant to the camera. So basically, 10 months for me, at least at my age and for my generation, is quite an extraordinary feat. Like, I don't know many people who've done 10 months. Yeah, still, I don't know. So I won't be disclosing any information of my personal life. I'll be just saying what I felt, what I've been doing. But I won't give any, details, as in names, places, and stuff. To protect people's privacy. So basically, basically a few months ago, 11 months ago, yesterday was supposed to be 11 months too. well, basically, already, yeah, 11 months ago, we, or even a bit more, like 12 months ago, a year ago, we did like this I'm in high school right now, and so we did like the high school choir, which is all of the high schools of around the city, and we both did the same choir, and we were in the same high school, except like in my high school it's in 3 years. She was in third year, I was in first year. Except she had skipped a year, so she was actually she's only 6 months older than me, but she skipped a year. And like basically, well, we started talking with each other, and like we had lots of friends in common. We had this common friend group, who were great friends and like absolutely incredible. Because I still remember back when I was in mandatory school, because where I'm from, high school like isn't technically mandatory. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into the details, but yeah. So back when I was in mandatory school, so middle school, I didn't have many friends, man. Like I didn't have any real friends. I like had people who I got along with, but that was kind of it. But like now, yeah, I got into high school and I made these great friends that most of them I met them in the choir, including her, and she was great. We'll be calling her Jessy. Jessy sounds like a nice name though. And we'll be calling her Jessy for privacy reasons. I won't say her real name. Jessy was 6 months older than me, and she well, we got along together, and it was very funny. We started getting along. We started talking for a bit, and like we had the concert of our choir, the final concert of our choir, and after that concert, well, I was kind of drunk, and her and other friends decided to help bring me home. I mean, it was me and other friends who were also kind of drunk, and like, yeah, decided to help bring me home. So they took the metro with me, and we took the metro all the way and then I managed to take the bus with another friend who lived not far from my place, and it was nice and all. And when we were in the metro there, she was laying her head on my shoulder. I was like drunk, so I didn't actually realize, but part of me was like, I mean, I kind of did realize. It felt magical. It was like, though I was kind of scared because I'm scared shit of women. Duh. Fucking terrifying. Yeah. Basically, this is gonna be a recurring thing in my videos that I'm just gonna blank. If you maybe didn't already notice already, I have like a few slight symptoms of ADHD. I mean, I'm not fully ADHD, but my mind does wander around quite a bit, so this might. Anyways, as I was saying, we were in the metro, and I was just scared shy, but I was like, I kind of started to like her at that moment, and so then we had to make this WhatsApp group with all of our friends because we got along really well, and we had this WhatsApp group over the name that had the name of one of the metro stops because it was a funny metro stop name, and we would always laugh when we heard it. So, and then a week later, well, they wanted to go see an improv match. I don't know, like theater improv. If you see what it is, it's very fun. Theater improv is very fun. Yeah, so we went to see a theater improv game, and it was very fun, and she was there too, and we got along very well after that. And then after that, we went to one of our friends' places who lived not far. He lived downtown, and there we were like kind of flirting with each other, but we would always joke flirt with each other, like with everyone. We would always be joke flirting. It's fucking hilarious. What the fuck, yeah. And we started joke flirting with each other, and she like wanted me to sit on her lap, and I was like, oh, whoa. And so yeah, I sat on her lap. It was very nice. And later on, I was like, "You want to switch?" And she was like, "Yeah," because well, yeah. And there she sat on my lap, and I held her like this. And well, I didn't realize that it was apparently a very like forward thing to do. I didn't realize actually, but she thought it was very forward, but she liked it. And so yeah, that was kind of like the start of us getting to know each other a bit more too, and really getting along. And it was only a week after, so it was already going very fast, quite fast. Then a week after that, mm, well, no, we'd still see each other sometimes, like at breaks and stuff in high school, and we'd always say hi, and we'd well, as friends, we'd as with all of our friends, we'd always like give a hug when we said hi with each other to each other, and she'd always insist on giving me a hug, and I was like, oh, because I'd sometimes be shy giving hugs to like women because fucking terrifying, man, yeah, and she insisted to give me a hug, and I was like, and it felt you know, yeah, basically, and so then a week after that, she had invited all of us groups to go watch the movie Twilight. I don't know if you know the movie Twilight, vampire movie. Um, very, it's like kind of cringe, but it's very nice. But it's yeah. Anyways, it was funny cringe. And so we watched Twilight, and like all along, we like fake flirted, but then it kind of got real because like we kind of like cuddled while watching the movie. We watched like we were doing a Twilight marathon, so we were watching like all of the movies during the whole evening. And we were like laying on each other pretty much. She was laying on me, and I was holding her in my arms for the whole movies. And at that moment, I was like, whoa. Um, I was like, she really likes me. Does she like? Is she just like? Does she do this with everyone? I didn't know. I wasn't sure. I was like, did she do this with everyone? Because to be honest, we still actually didn't know each other that well. But I still kind of trusted her because like I could tell from her character that she was still a very decent person. I could tell from her character that she was a very decent person. And also from the friends we have in common, like they were all very decent people. So um yeah, and then basically we were watching movies the whole night. I fell asleep at the end of the first movie. I didn't follow the rest of the movies because I could not fucking stay awake. Um then then so yeah, morning after, um, the others had to leave, but I still had time, and I was like, well, I might as well still stay a bit. And she was like, yeah, you can stay if you want. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure, I still have time. And so I stayed a bit, and we just stayed on the couch cuddling each other, and we were talking for a bit, and then we were talking for quite a bit while she was laying on top of me. I was like, I was loving the moment, but I was also like scared as fuck. I was like, does she do this with everyone, or is this just me? And I was like nervous as fuck. Do I like this girl? Because with my ex from before, it didn't end well, so I was still kind of traumatized from that. Ish. Well, no, it was going better. It was already like 2 years before, no, or like a year and a half before. So I was already doing better. I was in the prime of life. Um. So yeah, me and Jessy, we were cuddling with each other on the couch. She was just laying on top of me and we were talking. And then she asked, if she could kiss me, and I was like, yeah, yeah. um, so then we kissed each other. It was a small shy kiss, but it was still a kiss. And I could tell she was like she seemed weird after that, and I was like, "You all right?" And she was like, she was saying she was scared that she like ruined what we had, and I was like, "Nobody's scared, nobody's scared." It was great. Um, I I don't fully remember what I said, but it was something like that. Mm, yeah, and so then after that we we got to talking more. We started to clean up the house a bit, like get end the soirée, the evening. Sorry, I might end up saying words in French because I also speak French. So sometimes when I'm blanking, I might say words in French, but I'll try to correct myself and translate them back to English. Um, so we were cleaning up from the evening, from the party we had. Well, it's not a full on party, but it was like a hangout. And cleaning up the hangout and everything together, and we were listening to good music. She had great music taste. Um, and and yeah, and she had to go to the ski slopes to go meet her parents there because her parents were there. Her parents were skiing in the mountains, so she went to join them by train. And I accompanied her all the way to the metro, which then I went home from the metro. So yeah, basically, yep. Um, and then we started texting for a bit, and then during the week we were like, the Monday after. Um, I was like, hey, you free at lunch break? We were in high school, and I was like, hey, you free at lunch break? And she was like, yeah. And then, you want to eat together? And yeah. And so every day, I think about every day, we were eating together. And then that was on Wednesday of that week that we were talking. I mean, like we were pretty much together. We just weren't official together, but like we were together. Um, and at the end of the week, I was like, just out of nowhere, we were talking by message, which was something maybe I would have liked to do in person, but it just happened by message, and it was like, oh well. Because and yeah, so we were talking by message, and I just mentioned that I was hoping that she would become my girlfriend, and she was like, "You can ask, all you have to do is ask." And I was like, "Okay, you want to become my girl? I would love to." Ah, saw butterflies in my stomach from that day. Why am I doing this? Yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I'm trying to remember all this because it still kind of hurts. I'm just hurting myself by remembering all this stuff because I kind of miss her a lot. Not kind of. I really miss her. Anyways, back to the story because, and it's a long one. We're already at 20 minutes video, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna end the video right here, and I'm gonna start a new one. Like that, we can do this in multiple parts. So if you want to watch the next video, you can. Anyways, bye bye. See you later.